So we're down here at Fusion 3 and we are 2 weeks into the Olympia prep, so it's episode 2 and we're hitting chest today. So the first week of prep has gone really well. A few niggling things, but we've managed to iron that out with the first physio session last week. We're down here again because I'm going to hit my second physio session. I think the key to this series or this prep is all about keeping on top of injuries and keeping them to a minimum. So working with Johnny hands, and we're going to minimise that by full deep tissue massages once a week. We're going to hit chest. I haven't planned my workout today. I'm going to see how the first few sessions or the first few sets go and see if we're going to go heavy or whether we're going to go for more volume, supersets, triple drop sets, time under tension, anything like that. So that's how I've always worked. I'm very sporadic in how I train, and it's just because I get bored if I go in trying to work out sets and reps and trying to be too formatted, I lose interest. So for me, it's just what tickles my fancy, and as long as I'm getting that mind to muscle connection, I'm fatiguing myself, I'm pushing myself to my limit, that's the key when I'm training.
There's no way that you make it, and maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fight back? Or will you fight back? You ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they're giving them, you're not thinking straight, kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore. I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the mother on all you poor ass heads in the clouds, talking out loud so proud. You better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more, speak out. It's about to head south. You're never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it, and maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fight back?
So that's a wrap, chest done. Now we're going to go and have an hour and a half with Johnny Hands, my physio. So we're second week in, and like I say, every week now on into the Olympia, we're going to be doing at least one session of physio. And I think as we get closer, we're going to probably increase it to 2 sessions a week. This week we're going to focus on my forearms, bicep tendons, as well as all over, just because I'm starting to get a bit of a niggling pain in there from heavy training this week. So again, we're just trying to address any problems what are occurring at the time, trying to eradicate them for the following week of training.
Done. Manchester on the 10th.
Because we can get any fights out of Manchester on the Tuesday. No, it's not even wide up anymore.
Isn't it?
Oh, yeah. purpose. Yeah, it's huge beds with. Oh, it was amazing, absolutely amazing. 2 free tickets to see Aurora. That's the technique.
Yeah, so just a self-release technique on your own forearms, because you use them in everything you do.
Yeah.
So you go with rows, you pull ups, everything, your grip strength, your bicep curls. They just sometimes just get overworked.
I was going to say, I'm starting to feel it. You know, I think with having 6 months off and then going full on into it, I think it's starting to hurt. But that was class. That was.
Yeah.
It's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah. So you what's that? 20 kilo bar. So on one end, 10 kilos just stripping through your own forearm, and you can gauge it to however you feel the pressure. So if you feel a tender spot, you can just kind of leave it there, let it sit on it. You know, flex and extend at the wrist, and that will just be a positional release for it, and then just kind of strip through it.
And would you do that before or after?
You can do it on both. Again, depending on what you're training.
Right.
If you feel like they're pumping up like real quick, like say you're doing bicep curls or whatever, you can maybe do it in between sets. So really stretching, fascia stretch as well. It's always good to do it before and after.
Yeah. Awesome. Johnny. See you next Thursday. Right, so that is training done, physio done. Just got a meal in, and now it's time to go and see a good friend of mine, Daniel Vankovic, who most of my preps has overseen the caliper readings. So just basically having a weigh-in, check-in with him, and doing my caliper readings just to see and measure up from and to compare to previous preps to make sure we're on track and that we're coming in nicely. It's all right losing weight, but the whole key to this prep is to try and hold on to as much muscle as we can while just chipping away at stored body fat over the 12 weeks. So we're going to go and do that now. It's not really the most ideal time to do it, I must admit. We normally do it first thing in the morning because we're at our truest weight, without obviously eating meals and drinking and stuff, but we haven't been able to do that. So we're going to get a good understanding today, but then following that every week from now on will be first thing in the morning. So I'm pretty nervous about this, I must admit, because I've obviously had 6 months off this year, or since the last Olympia, which my diet wasn't great, the training was non-existent, so I was just interested to see what my body composition is at the minute, if I've done damage or how much damage I've done, and just seeing what type of work I've got in front of me for the next 11 weeks on this prep. So yeah, I'm excited but nervous, very nervous at the same time.
People to run it. I'll do an idea.
That's good.
We're in numbers. So 2018.
Yeah.
This time by a week.
Yeah.
12.3% body fat.
Yeah.
You're 12% now, so 0.3 lower.
Right.
Fat mass was 11.5. You're 11.4. The same. Muscle mass 81.4 back then. 83.8 now, so you're 2.4 kilos muscle mass up on 2018's numbers at this time, which is great.
Yeah. So my weight there was 92.
95. So basically, your fat mass is the same, even though you. But your muscle mass is 2.4 higher.
How does that work?
So when you first walked in, I said you look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2.4 kilos.
No way. So,
good.
Do you think? So it has done some good then, having some time out there, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I said to you before, like, you're not the typical client of, what have you done today? You need to do more. You're the stark opposite of danger of doing too much. So the breakers, while it wasn't enforced, it was more forced upon you. It's not been altogether bad. Look at your trend last time. So it went 81, up to 82, up to 83, up to 84, up to 85 kilos eventually that week before. So if you're already starting 2.4 higher, if you can continue that trend from last year, then you'll be stepping on stage with
more lean mass
than ever before, which is the goal.
Yeah, that's a positive. It's given me a little boost, that has.
Yeah.
It's been weird because like I've been in prep for a few weeks now, but because of not having this first, weigh-in or caliper reading, it's really hard because you're thinking, am I miles off the mark? Do I need to step it up early now? Do I need to do this, or do I step off the gas? Am I needing to fill back up? But now we've got actual measurements, I can start to put my plan together from now. Yeah, so we've got the readings in and my weight, and we're just basically comparing from last year's data to this year's, and just to make sure we're where we want to be 11 weeks out. So as it stands, this time last year I was 12.3% body fat, weighing in at 92 kg. This time around we're 95 kg, so 3 kg heavier, at the same body fat, 12% body fat. So what that indicates to us is that, fingers crossed, we've put on 3 kg of lean muscle mass over this past year, which is an ideal start really, because that's the goal for this year, is to try and maintain as much mass as we can, and come in a bit bigger and fuller into it. There's a few places where I'm holding more than others, but I think we've kind of determined every year my fat readings are quite different, aren't they? I come down in different places. So also on these readings, it's showing that last year I was 81.4 kg lean body mass. That's starting at 12 weeks out. As we got closer to the show, I managed to put on muscle tissue. So over the 8 measurements we did, we increased from 81.4 up to 85.3 kg. So pretty happy with that. That's obviously the goal, and what you want to do when you're dieting is to hold on to that mass and put some on if you can. We're now starting this prep at 83.8 lean mass. So that indicates to us, if we do the same as last year, we're going to be increasing muscle tissue going into the show, and we'll be bigger, fuller, better package on stage this year, all being well. Right, so I've just got my muscle food order for the week, no, 2 weeks. We do it every 2 weeks. I like to keep it nice, plain and simple. Because I'm in prep, I keep all my sauces down to a minimum, things like that. So what I tend to do is go for a lot of chicken, a lot of salmon, and a lot of steak. So I've got all the salmons here. There's a lot of salmon. We've got fillet steaks, obviously trying to go for the leanest red meat I can, and obviously fillet steaks are probably the best cuts you can get. And then I've got full chicken breast, so there's enough there to last me for 2 weeks. There's a lot of chicken breast. And like I say, keeping it nice and simple, all fresh meats from Muscle Foods. If you wanted to try different things, they've got an array of things on the website, especially summer now for barbecue weather is absolutely class. Some of the lean turkey sausages, which I'm a bit of a fan of, and the cheese in the middle burgers. Got to try them. They're one of my personal favourites. But also they've got, it's their 6th anniversary this week, so they're doing lots of hampers and lots of special offers on. So make sure you go check them out. It's all about so you stop yourself from getting salmonella.
Lion's cooking tip.
Right, so so we're back in my local gym, Good Bodies Gym, and it's the weekend. So what I tend to do on a weekend is trying to hit my weaker muscle group as well as abs. So today we're going to be doing abdominals, superset with calves. So we're going to start the first exercise. It's going to be a hanging leg raise, and we're going to superset with a seated plated calf raise. So we're going for 4 working sets, straight in, no warm-ups. We're going for 15 reps on hanging leg raises. If you find it too easy, either slow the tempo of the rep down or add weight to your ankles just to make it a bit heavier, a bit harder, more complicated. And then we superset straight into 15 reps on seated calf raises. Each set, I increase the weight also to make that harder. Again, a way of making that harder without putting loads of mass weight on. Just extend at the bottom, full stretch at the bottom of the movement, and slow the tempo of the rep down. And a big squeeze at the top. So the next 2 exercises on the superset, we're doing weighted abdominal crunches on cables, superset with a standing calf raise on a Smith machine. Again, we're going to increase the weight each set. We're going to go for between 12 to 15 reps again. So for me, this isn't about going 6 to 8 reps really heavy, because if you go too heavy with this exercise, you're going to start to put load and stress on your lower back, and it's all about getting that arching motion, that bending, crunching motion, and making sure you're really squeezing your midsection rather than pulling from your lats and in the lower part of your back. So one little thing I get often asked about training calves, although I've got terrible calves, I've done a lot of research on what's the best way to hit them and things like that. For me personally, I found going lighter and getting that full range of motion and getting a proper squeeze and that mind to muscle connection is far more superior and more beneficial to me than just going mass weight and overloading the muscle with weight. I think there is a time and a place for that, but I think you need to really perfect getting that connection between yourself, the mind and the calf, and really, feeling the whole range of motion before you start loading the weight up. So for me, I'm on a plate either side, so it's not heavy. But if you look, my tempo is about 3 seconds on the concentric, 3 seconds on the eccentric. So it's just all about that focus and that real squeeze. And I get a better pump from that than just loading up with mass weight. The next 2 exercises we're doing own body weight crunches. I love this exercise because that movement for me really feels my upper and lower abdominals. It really gets that nice squeeze. You can add weight to it if you want, putting weights around your ankles, but I don't feel like you need to with that. So go for higher reps. I go for the 18 to 20 rep mark, and then we're supersetting with, I don't know the technical term for it, but Flex Lewis showed me these, and it's a 30 weight calf raise off a plate. So what we're doing, I'll just quickly show you, we're doing toes facing in, normal stance, shoulder width apart, toes facing out. The reason for that is it hits both your gastrocnemius and your soleus part of the calf, so both heads. Superset now, so we've got lying leg raises, superset with leg press calf raises. Nearly. So that's a wrap. That is my superset ab and calf workout. The last superset we did, I went for 20 reps on the leg raise, and then I went for 20 reps on the leg press. Again, quite high volume, but I feel with my midsection, I've already got the thickness and the depth that I want within my midsection. I just want to keep it defined, so I go for more higher reps rather than heavy weight.
How did you feel with last year's placing?
So mixed emotions really. Coming third place, for me, a lot of people would think it was a very good achievement, and it is. Obviously placing top 3 in the world is amazing, but from a competitive standpoint, I went there to win it. So that side of me was slightly disappointed, but massive congratulations to Brandon. Obviously he brought it this year, or last year, and he looked phenomenal. So I'm not taking anything away from him. It was nice on one hand to get back up the ranks after the year before, placing 6th. It was nice to show that I'm still worthy of being in the top 3, but it just makes me want to work harder and get that first place spot this year.
What do you feel like you were missing from last year's package?
So last year I feel the Mr. Olympia, they were looking for a fuller, bigger package. The goalpost has changed and I just wasn't big enough. I got feedback from the judges and they just said they liked my condition, my shape. It was just, they thought I needed to be a bit fuller and bigger, and obviously they're going in a different direction with men's physique and classic, and they're looking for those bigger guys. So that's why Brandon and Raymond fitted in perfect first and second, because they came very 3D, very full. I came conditioned, just didn't have that round muscle bellies they have.
How far are you out from this year's Olympia?
So we're 11 weeks out from the Olympia, which I cannot believe we're saying that. I just remember like it was yesterday, the day after the Olympia, getting ready to go to Korea, and it literally felt like a few weeks ago. So yeah, time is flying and a lot has happened since the last Olympia, good and bad. It's been a roller coaster of a year, but we are officially 11 weeks out from the 2019 Mr. Olympia.
Are things going to plan?
I had my first caliper readings yesterday, and that was something I was looking forward to, but I was very nervous about, because that shows a true indication of where we are. You can feel good, or you can look in the mirror and think you're miles out, but the weighing scales and the caliper readings really show you the science behind it, and it gives you an understanding of what you compare yourself to 11 weeks out from the last Olympia. So the readings weren't too bad. I was 12% body fat, which is what I was exactly 11 weeks out from last year's Olympia. I'm carrying a bit more weight, so that indicates you've put a bit of muscle tissue on. So yeah, we're in an okay spot. I know I've got a lot of work to do. I had obviously 6 months out this year from the gym, which being the top 5 in the world is quite detrimental to you. It can be very detrimental to you. So time will tell. The next few weeks are really going to hit me hard, and that's when we'll see if I've done any damage by having time off this year.
You mentioned, or you touched upon having some time off. What have you been up to since last year's competition?
Yeah, so a lot has happened since the last Olympia. On a bad note, I tore the labrum in my hip, which was quite a bad tear, and I had to have an operation back in December. Things didn't go to plan within the operation, so 2 months later I had to have a second hip operation, which was very invasive, very intrusive, shaving the pelvic bone and the leg bone just to be able to get to the tendon, which slowed the recovery down. I did in fact have 6 months away from the gym. The nutrition wasn't on point, so I lost a lot of weight and I wasn't in a great place, like mentally and physically. But then to counteract that, we're actually here in an 80% completed home, which is my name is Forever Home. It's our dream home, which we've been building for the past year, and we're really excited. We're at the final stage of completing and just trying to finish it off. So that's been an amazing journey, and also getting married. Obviously, once in a lifetime. You should only ever get married once, but we got married a few months ago, and it was one of the best days of my life, if not the best. A lot of people say about it being a bit cheesy, oh, it's the best day of life, but I can honestly say it was. And yeah, so it swings and roundabouts. It's been a bit of a roller coaster year, but now sat here knowing this is nearly finished, because that has been a stressful few months of trying to get this house ready. But now it's all about the Olympia. It's the social side of it's gone out of it, and it's getting in the trenches now and trying to prove my worth and trying to prove to everyone, because a lot of people are doubting now. Obviously, seeing me on crutches for 6 months and being in hospital, a lot of people don't think I've got what it takes to get back up there and be in the top 5 this year. A lot of people saying I should have had a year out and come back next year, but for me, I'm a competitor, and I just can't imagine being away from the stage for another year. And with it being on the main stage this year, it'd be sacrilege not to represent the UK, especially when you've got a qualification to be on that stage.
Yeah, how's your mindset after all this, the ups and downs and going into this?
Yeah, so I'm not going to lie and say everything's perfect up there, because it's not, because there is a lot of doubt. And obviously with having those injuries and knowing I've trained for 15 years flat out all year to get to a certain stage look, to have 6 months of that year out to then try and match it, it is very nerve-wracking, and it can play a few mind games. But on the other side of it, mentally I'm the best I've been since the Olympia last year, and I do feel like everything's coming together now. My team's back around me, I'm training hard, I'm eating the right nutrition, and everything's reacting the way it should. So all being well, we will blinkers on, ready for that Olympia in September. So that's it, guys. That's episode 2 of the Olympia series. If you're wanting to watch any more, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're going to be releasing 1 episode each week, plus some training videos throughout the week. And my promise to you guys is getting a lot more content out there. So please like and comment below on what you want to see, if there's anything else you want to see within the vlogs. And yeah, any feedback is muchly or greatly appreciated. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.